Hi friends, Mrs. Bowers here. Friends, this week we have been talking all about different types of text. Text is a piece of writing. It's the words that we find in a book, in a poem, in a recipe, in all sorts of places. Texts are the words written down. So we have been talking about a few different types of text this week. Let me share my screen so we can go over what we've been talking about. One of the types of text that we've been talking about are recipes. And just so we remember, recipes have directions and they have ingredients and sometimes they have photos. We talked about poems. Poems tell us a story and they rhyme. We talked about poetry yesterday when we talked all about the Owl and the Pussycat poem. In that poem, we found rhyming words like owl and howl. It had a beat or a rhythm, and it even had repetition where it said the same word over and over again. But today we are going to talk about stories and story elements, like how stories have characters and a setting. There's always a problem and a solution. Let me adjust my camera so we can see it a little better. I want to bring in this book, Stone Soup, that we've read before. And just so you can remember, I'm going to flip through the pages. And remember, this story was about 3 soldiers who were very hungry and tired, and they came to a village where the villagers did not want to share their food. So the soldiers came up with a great idea to kind of trick the villagers into making a soup from stone. And they had all of the villagers would work together and contribute one item. And then soon, after everybody shared 1 or 2 things, there was a big pot of soup. And then they realized, oh, with soup, we should have a feast. So everybody brought even more stuff to help share with the whole village. And the whole village had a wonderful feast. And since the villagers were so happy and they danced, they sang, they let the soldiers stay and rest. So the soldiers were able to get what they wanted after all. Now, friends, when we were looking through that book, I want you to think about the story elements again, okay? First, I see a front cover of a book. I see an author. This book has a spine. It has a back cover. This book even has a jacket, which helps keep it safe. I know that's kind of hard to see. But I want to talk more about the text. First, in this text, is this a short text, short story, or a long one? If you said long one, you are correct. It is long. It has lots of pages. And I want you to notice what you see on each page besides the text. You see text and illustrations. Okay, friends, let's think about some of these story elements in this book. First, let's think about the characters. Who are the characters in this book? The characters in Stone Soup. I would like you to say them out loud if you can. There's the soldiers and the villagers. Those are the characters in the book. Good. Okay, now say the setting or where and when this book takes place. Where did this book take place? Did you say in a village? Yeah. And what is happening? What is the big problem of the story? What's going wrong? If you said the soldiers are hungry and they don't have any food and the villagers don't want to share, that would be the problem. But how is the problem solved? How do the characters fix the problem? Say it out loud. Did you say they convinced everyone to make stone soup? If you did, you were right. Okay, friends. So I want you to repeat one more time just to show you're learning. What kind of text is stone soup? Is stone soup a poem, a recipe, or a story? Stone soup is a story. Good. And how do we know that? We know stone soup is a story because it has characters, it has a setting, it has a problem and solution. Great job today, friends. So today, as you're in your independent reading basket or in your independent reading or reading with an adult, I would like you to determine what type of text you're reading. Are you reading a story? How do you know you're reading a story? Does it have characters? Does it have a setting? Does it have a problem and solution or events? If it has those things, then yeah, you're reading a story. Okay, off you go, readers.